JJ, just kind of a punch to the gut for so many of us in the Tulsa sports community who, if we didn't know Coach personally, certainly got a kick out of seeing him at any event he might come to. I know he came to a lot of Bishop Kelley football games. How did that come about, if you know? Maybe it predated you, and just what did you think of having him on the sidelines with you, week after week?
Well, I don't know. It's probably been about 10 years ago. I think a family here of one of my players knew him. I don't really remember exactly, but he kind of adopted us. He just started showing up, and I knew who he was from the TU basketball and football games. And, he showed up in his coat and tie every Friday night, and he always got there about an hour early when we were in warm up, and he'd give us all kinds of instructions and let us know what we need to do that night. And then, we started letting him on the field, and he was on the sidelines with us, and was always super positive. He'd get real excited, but you could tell he was a gentle soul.
Mm-hmm.
And he just stayed with us every home game that we were home for. I probably think the last 10 years or so.
Yeah.
He's been with us. He'd wear a tux on homecoming night, and he would stay with us after the games, at the end of the games, and celebrate with us. And he'd walk around with me. And he was such a big guy, and people would think that he was, like, is this guy like protecting you from the media or something? I mean, like anytime somebody would come up and talk to me afterwards, he'd be right on my shoulder, and just happy to be there. It's amazing what kind of impact a guy can have with a big smile and a gentle soul and some kindness. So, he really kind of became a fixture here. He's attended our football banquets at the end of the season and so forth. So we're going to miss him a lot.
Anytime I was at one of those Bishop Kelley games, he would come find me and chat me up about what was going on with your game, but then anything else in the world of sports. He was so dialed in, clearly, I think, read the newspaper every single day and just kind of knew his role. Like if you were to come watch that for the first time, you would wonder if this is this sanctioned? Is this the way it's supposed to be? But he knew how to stay in his lane, right? And like you said, he was always positive about it. He knew exactly kind of, what to say. But then also, it never, ever crossed the line, right? I mean, never a guy that you had to, okay, coach, let's, dial it back a little bit. Like he knew exactly how to play his role.
Yeah, man, he was awesome, and I'll tell you, once in a while, after I kind of got used to him being around, and I just loved talking to him and having him around. And it took me a few years to just learn his real name other than coach, and I went to a game over at La Fortune on a Thursday night, and he was over there. And I was like, what are you doing, man? I'm here, you cheating on us or something here? But I'm teasing. He went to as many games as he could at La Fortune as well, and supported, Edison and Memorial. But he became a fixture for us, man. And so he was real positive with the guys and real positive with the coaches and always real excited. And, and if we happen to lose a game, he'd kind of be frowned up a little bit, but just put his hand on your shoulder and just say, we'll get him next time. And we're certainly going to miss him. He's been a fixture for us here at Bishop Kelley. And, I've already had several former players that have contacted me to ask me if I'd heard about it and knew about it. So he definitely made an impact on our program and on our school here.